in. Okay, so am I live on YouTube or not? Okay, yes. Does it look like I don't have a profile picture? I have a profile picture. Okay, whatever. Where am I? Well... That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so gonna start a new game. Going on default. Oh. Whoops. Oh. Interesting, this was not here in the beta. That's cool. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is, should I read these? I guess I should read these. So, well, I guess I'm just skipping a bunch of shit. I'm trying to get that developer log in the background. Okay then. WizTac. This is Mage Actual. We're in position. Suppression Hex is online. Okay, actually I've decided I'm not going to read all this because there's a lot of dialogue. But, well, yeah, I'm more like wanting to play the game. Do. Gotta tell him to use their pill. Take some health pockets. Now let's shoot a full out a window.
Hi, welcome to the developer commentary. There is a ton to say about this game, so you're going to find these little tape recorders littered throughout the levels. There is at least one on every mission, but not one on every level. And when you pick them up, it'll start the commentary. Once it starts, you don't have to worry about it being interrupted. You can rewind as much as you like, and the commentary will still keep playing. I mentioned that because sometimes you'll have to go out of your way to grab one, and I just want you to know you're not at like a gameplay disadvantage there. You can just grab it and rewind to get on with the level. Equally, if you throw the tape at somebody, which you can do, it'll pause the recording. You can just resume it. I just think it's funny if throwing it at somebody pauses the recording. Another thing to be aware of, they do contain spoilers, so if this is your first time through the game, it's probably not the best time to listen to the commentary yet, but other than that, enjoy. Alright, so this first one, I just want to talk about where the game came from. It really came out of two different things. One is, many years ago, I used to work at PC Gamer, and I think it was after we recorded a podcast or before, and we were just joking amongst ourselves that it would be really funny if a really serious military action game like Call of Duty just featured a bunch of wizards for no particular reason, and everything else was still modern, and nobody even mentioned it. I think we all had different conceptions of that, and none of us remember who actually came up with the idea in the first place, or if it just kind of emerged from the conversation. But I did email all those folks before I committed to this project to check that they were all okay with me actually making it a real game. Obviously, we were never going to make Call of Duty, and in fact, it wasn't on my radar as a thing I'd actually ever do as a developer, until I found myself really mulling on the idea of making a much smaller and simpler version of XCOM. I was just really loving XCOM, but having so many issues with all the complexity that it introduces. And so I started designing sort of, if I was doing an XCOM game, like I call it Tiny XCOM. If I made a Tiny XCOM game, what kind of simplifications would it have? How would it work out? And I had no theme for that, and then suddenly one day I clicked, like, wait, what about the Tactical Breach Wizards idea? Could that be the XCOM game? And once those two things kind of met each other, it was like, yes, this actually feels like a real thing.
Yeah. I'm not built through streaming a game